So as you know, Manchester United have been taken over partly by the Ineos group led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and also this summer they've also invested in the training ground and the brand new stadium, and have started making some interesting signings in the summer. But my question we're all asking, I'm sure even the guys up in the boardroom at Old Trafford are asking this question, is first of all, how does Football Manager think this will play out? And I've got the answer for you guys, so I'm sure they're all keenly watching this to get the prediction for this. So this is the experiment on Football Manager of how FM thinks Ineos will get on owning Manchester United. Here we go. On the screen right now, as you can see, we're using a custom database that I set up a while ago. And as you can see on the staff information here, we've got Radcliffe here, Barada's here, Jean-Claude Blanc is there. We've got Dan Ashworth as Director of Football, which is obviously what's happened. Jason Wilcox is a technical director. Obviously, there's certain stuff here that's not in here, like the Van Nistelrooy thing, but the main things are there, essentially. What we wanted was the appointments that they made at the higher up level to be there, and then everything else we can see how this plays out. So we're going to do 5 years to see if they can secure the Champions League and Premier League. Now, what we're going to do also is check the finances here. And we're going to look at the finances now, according to Football Manager, and then compare them to the finances that take place at the end of the game. So, as of right now on this database, they've got £352 million. Now, that kind of makes sense because United did get influx of money of £200 million from Ineos, or was a bit more than that when they first came into the football club. The debt is what we're looking at mainly here now. £500 million in debt and £212 million of transfer debt. So that's the key thing we're looking at here, is does this debt go down or get removed at any point, and does this transfer debt stay the same? But we're not going to do it every single year. We're just going to literally do it from the first 5 years, the first year, then the 5th year, and then compare the two. Because I think they said about 3 or 4 or 5 years they said it would take. They think to get United back on track. So we'll see if that plays out for Manager, because that's obviously what they want to do in real life, get Man United back to win Champions League and Premier Leagues and all that stuff. So as you can see, in terms of the squad, skip this, so I apologise. It's basically what they had at the start of this season. The summer transfer window, the database I use, it's on a FM Scout website. But yeah, we're going to see what they would do this summer and go from there. So let's go for the first jump, the first season. Let's see how Ineos get on at United. So the first season is done under Ineos' ownership on the Football Manager, and you can see United finished in 6th in the Premier League. They qualified for the Europa League. They finished 3rd in the Europa League group, level on points with Feyenoord, and Celtic, and Shakhtar also. Oh, Champions League. I misread it. Sorry, I'm thinking this season. So they finished 3rd in that. So they got Europa League, obviously right there. They got knocked out in the 3rd and the round 16 by Roma, which is okay, I guess. Not great, of course, but United have not been great in Europe in recent years. Other than the one Europa League title we won under Jose Mourinho, and the final under Ole. FA Cup 4th round at Liverpool, no disgrace there. But they won the Carabao Cup, so he's done it again as Ten Hag. He's won the Carabao Cup back to back, being Tottenham in the final. Well, that should be a given then, shouldn't it? Some would argue. I know Spurs would agree with that. But yeah, so not a great season. Didn't get out of the Champions League group, but they finished 3rd, which is better than they did this year. They got to Europa League. Roma beat them. Liverpool beat them in the FA Cup. Liverpool beating them is not terrible, and they won the trophy though. So that's, you got to give credit to that. The Champions League, the 6th spot in the Champions League spots, they were about 6 points off that. So disappointing that, but not a million miles way off it like they were this year. They're way off it this year. Well, not just in the points, but mainly in terms of performances. So this is not great. What they do transfer wise. So let's have a look what they did transfer wise. So if we look at what they did here, obviously these guys up here are all transfers that were done pre. These transfers down below are deals that were done post when we started. So they got in Antoni Onyono, who is an interesting right back, honestly. Okay, not one I've really seen. He's on loan now. So I'm wondering whether that was a deal they did and then loaned him back. When was the start date of this loan deal? So started and he joined. Okay, so they loaned him out. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Just curious one. They got in Marcos Alonso. This is an interesting one because he's been linked with United in real life, to be fair, and he cost them 775k, maybe up to 1 million at a later date. Linked United in real life, but no real kind of like realistic links to that. Interesting. Got in man, guys. Obviously, £1 million transfer budget. I didn't change that. I didn't know what money to give it, to alter it. So. Not a bad deal. I think with Malassia's long-term injury and Luke Shaw, I think it's not a bad option to do that. That kind of makes sense to me. Then they got this transfer I see every single sort of year on Foot Manager. They seem to always sign this guy. Patrick Schick, signed in January, I believe. Yes, January. He started in January 7th. So obviously the money situation has improved in the January window, and they've able to find some more expenditure space there. And to be honest with you guys, he's a good striker. I like him a lot, and I can see why they brought him in. He's very similar to Rasmus Højlund. 6'3", good strength, good pace, good jumping reach, good heading, good finishing, good technique, a good decent composure. Cost them £37 million, rising up to 50, and he's got a decent amount of goals, 10 goals and 3 assists in 21 games total. That's not bad. A decent signing there. Then they also got Leon Bailey from they got Leon Bailey on loan from Aston Villa. That is an interesting deal. Is that I'm reading that right? So okay. Interesting. Mandatory fee of £46 million. That's a lot of money for Leon Bailey. And he's only got 2 goals. He's very quick. He's basically a slightly better version of Anthony game-wise. Not comparing them in real life, but on the game, Anthony's quite quick. But I think he's better than Anthony, honestly. I think but that's a lot of money for him. But he has destroyed United's defences on a regular basis. That's interesting. That's one to keep an eye on. Leon Bailey. Okay. So outgoings, obviously we look at last year gone on loan. They loaded him out. Tommy's gone on loan. They've basically got everybody basically on loan. Any transfer fees that I'm not aware of that they did that were not done. No, nothing here standing out as anything different than what was already there. Harrison Parker, no, I don't think nothing major anyway. There's a few loan deals like from Lasse's gone on loan to Palace, Owen's gone on loan. Apart from that, it's all basically standard stuff really. Quite a lot of deals have already been done previously, but you see all this stuff up here. This is all like stuff we already knew about. If I just rearrange the dates here, the newer stuff here like Tomine, Shoretire, Greenwood's already out on loan, but I think these top four here that are the ones that have been loaned out. So that's interesting. The staff-wise, I'm assuming it's still the same. Tenagi's still the manager of Manchester United. Yes, he is. He's still there. Ownership's still here as well. There's no real changes here. The tactics that he's playing is a 4-3-3 with the DM. I would love to get it to work, and if I can. Who's top goal scorer this season for United? It was, if I go to the squad, maybe easy to do it this way. Top goal scorer, 11 goals, Rasmus Højlund. Again, not a great season from him. Anthony got 10 goals, amateurs. I got him to get 20. I got him to get double figures for both goals and assists. But you can see what I mean about the comparison between him and Leon Bailey. He's basically a slightly better version of him. He's quick, but there's not much difference in it. The accelerations, but so yeah, not terrible. Right. So he's still managing Manchester United. There's no kind of hint about his job being at risk. Season number 2. Alright folks, so season number 2 under Ineos at Manchester United, and they finished 6th in the league again, but they won the Europa League against Bilbao, so they qualified for Champions League football this season. And again, they weren't, it's actually a bit further, 17 points off that spot in 4th, but I think you can argue the point they did in Mourinho here, where basically Mourinho did a thing where he basically been out of the league to win the Europa League, that's what he did. Even if you don't admit it, he did do that. You could tell by the squad that he was picking the rotation he was doing. He was prioritising the Europa League games because he thought that's his way of getting into it, because you ran on results going your way in this instance in the league. So he won the Europa League against Bilbao in the final in extra time. If you bring this up on the screen, goals from Rashford and Schlick with the goals. They dominated the final. Very reminiscent of my Champions League final with Man United, which I'm going to put a link to in the video to the players for that series. where I dominated and just couldn't get the goals and eventually managed to do it. FA Cup, I'm seeing that there. They finished 4th, losing to Aston Villa, okay, but they won the Carabao Cup. They won it 3 years in a row, almost matching Man City's record of 4 in a row. So one more and they've equalled it. Beat Arsenal in the final by 2-1. Who got the goals in the final? Fernandes and Rashford. Sticking with the 4-3-3. Yeah, and they've got Sancho still here. There's a chance to been revealed there. And again, dominating possession here. I don't know how they do this in summation. I can never get it to work. But yeah, very good season there. I think that's a very good season. Won Europa League, won the Carabao Cup, got Champions League qualification. The only thing we're better, we're getting top 4 finish. But you'd argue that if you can't get top, it comes down to an argument. Would you rather finish in the top 4 but no trophy, or win Europa League, get a trophy, and get Champions League qualification? Now the arguments would be that you finish in the top 4, 3, second, 3rd, or 4th. You're playing very well. You've had a good season. But I'd say if you don't finish first, then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are cool, but I'd rather win a trophy. If I can't win the league and get Champions League qualification, I'd rather win a Europa League and get a trophy and win Champions League qualification. Not saying finishing 4th, 3rd, and 2nd aren't good, but if you toss them between the two, which would you rather have? Well, either way, I get Champions League qualification, I'd rather take a trophy with it as well. You know what I mean? That's the point I'm trying to make there. But obviously, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd would indicate you're doing well, and if you're close to Champions League title, you're not far off. And obviously, two trophies and a Champions League qualification, you can't complain. So, transfer history. Let's have a look what they did here. So, one of these transfers is already been done already. These guys were all done previously. Check this. So, BM Bailey, we can ignore that one. We already went over that. They got Fran Beltran, who's a midfielder, for about £21 million. Not bad. Then they got Nunez Perez, another centre-back, who looks all right, but he's clearly a squad defender. Guassi, that's a dead easy deal to do. 20 goals he got this season. He's a really good signing, guys. I highly recommend him if you've got a budget and you want to, because Lee scores and he's decent. I've got him from my Bayern Munich series, and he's doing well in that one. So yeah, good signing. I approve that signing. Then Luka, gold. Suzic, a midfielder with a lot of pace. I like a lot of pace in my team and mobility. How much did he pay for him? £32.5 million. So yeah, not terrible deals, and obviously the biggest deal there being Leon Bailey for the mandatory transfer fee we saw about earlier. Turning the players out, honestly, not many. They loaned out McTominay again. They loaned out Hannibal, Anthony, Yo-Yo, Brandon Williams left. Maguire's gone out on loan. Ericsson's gone out on loan. So they've not really brought a lot of money in. £132 million spent. £6.5 million brought in. I dare say, we'll check these deals, see if there's any kind of... No, there's no kind of... Oh, are these... Okay, so... Okay. Sorry, I thought I said loan. I'm looking at these loan fees. So they sold for 1 point... Okay, they sold these two. And then these guys have been loaned out and they're joining permanently for mandatory fee. Okay, so what they've been clever. They've done mandatory deals. Sorry, I'm reading two things at once and confusing them. So mandatory anti-deal for £18.5 million mandatory fee. I'm assuming there's some similar ones in here, like maybe Stuttgart's optional fee. So they put fees in there to try and get these guys sold, which is one way of doing it. Makes sense. He's not joining permanently. He's not joining permanently. So yeah, so that's not a bad idea. That makes sense. So Anthony's going to bring some money in, about £18 million. And then you've got like guys down here who are on loan. Maybe it gets some interest in him from other clubs when they develop. That's fine. So staff-wise, we've still got the same staff. I'm assuming Radcliffe's still there. Ashraf's still there. Is Wilcox gone? Wilcox, I think, is gone now. He's gone. Tenag's still managing Manchester United. I can't see him losing his job. Job security would indicate he's not going to lose his job. There's nothing here saying he's even available or struggling. He's stable. I mean, you can't really fault the man really this season. He's got top four. He's got, well, not top four, but he's got Champions League qualification and 2 trophies. You know what I mean? You can't really fault that, honestly. So, on now to season 3. All right, so season 3, it's probably the worst season he's had under Ineos' ownership on the FM in simulation. He's got one trophy, which is Super Cup, which no one will really count unless you lose it, then suddenly it's important. Like Community Shield, when you lose it, everyone says, oh, it's pointless. And when you lose it, sorry, everyone says, oh, you got to win it. When you win it, no one cares about it. Either way, United won it past as well, and I think it's cool to win, but I don't brag about it. Mourinho and Moyes did, but there's reasons for that. So they finished 8th in the table, way off Champions League spots, even with the 5th spot getting there eventually. Knocked out by Bayern Munich in Champions League, not disgraceful. What was it? Was it convincing? Round 16, where are we here? No, it was close. It was 2-1 aggregate, so not terrible. There's one big sign I've seen there. So Super Cup would have been the Super Cup final. Barcelona, okay, not bad. FA Cup lost to Brighton and Carabao Cup lost to Millwall. So not a great season overall. What did they do transfer-wise then? So look what they did here. So there's one transfer I know they did, and we've not seen it, but it's on this screen here. So Wirtz came in on the last screen, so we'll bring him up. Again, really good signing. 9 goals, 3 assists. A lot of money, but he is expensive. £120 million. Maybe he's slightly overpaying him there. But that's not a bad deal. So we'll bear that in mind. Next screen. Actually, quick look on this. Actually, didn't see any difference here. Nothing different on the outgoings there. So incoming in, Mikel Moreno. Linked with many clubs in real life right now. Don't think United have been linked with him. But again, midfield trying to control possession there, clearly. Paid £79 million for him. Patrick Wimmer, a winger. They seem to sound like they can't seem to sort the right wing out. They've had Anthony there, they've had Leon Bailey there, and I've got Patrick Wimmer here. Not a guy I've ever managed. Foot manager with 29 million pounds seems to be about right, maybe based on how his game works. David Ram, a left back who's definitely more attacking left back with the crossing and corners and pace. How much to pay for him total? 22.5. Okay, it's about right, I would say. Definitely more attacking fullback, certainly. And then the final deal they did here was Louis Maximiliano, a backup goalkeeper. So that's fair enough. So what did they do outgoings then? So Ante left for that mandatory free for £18.5 million. Malassi went for £13.75 million to go to Feyenoord. They got rid of Patrick Schlick, went to PSV for £11 million, rising to £13.75. Orson left as well. Lonzo left for free, and then there's a few loan deals here. So like on loan at Aston Villa, not permanent. On loan at Brentford, not permanent. But there is options for fees after certain things paid. Did he reach that? Did he reach that criteria? So he's got to play. Oh, you little sneaky buggers! He didn't quite reach it, did he? 14 played. Yeah, fair enough. Leon Bailey back to Benfica on loan. Is there a deal to do that deal? Optional fee is £77 million. They're not going to pay it. They won't pay that. Mason Mount out on loan as well, with a fee of optional £64 million. I get the idea of putting optional fees in there, but they're not many seem realistic. And then basically loan deals, but £130 million spent is not actually correct because that money is still on there for the Wirtz deal, but they brought in £50 million, so fair enough. I'm assuming same tactic. Yep, doing the 4-3-3 with the DM. Sancho is still here, in case you're wondering. Sancho is here and doing all right. Well, relatively okay. Goals. Okay. Yeah. Ignore that. That makes no sense. He's not actually here doing that. If he was here doing that, I'd be stunned. This guy would be fantastic if he was doing this. So Gracia got top goal scorer with 17 goals this season. Then Rashford right behind him with 15 goals. Then you got Rasmus Højlund with 14 goals. And then Rashford with Wirtz with 9, Sancho with 7, 6 for Greenwood. Grayson Greenwood is still here. Oh, I know why. Because the database has it so you can sell him. They decide to keep him. Okay. So in this scenario, they reckon they'd keep him. So everyone's got that wrong. But that is realistic because it wasn't going to be released on our free chance they were going to sell him. So he's still here. Interesting. We're not going to bring him on the screen though, for obvious reasons. So yeah, not a great season from Ten Hag, honestly. One trophy, but it's not one that we consider major and nowhere near Champions League qualification. Right, season number 4. Alright guys, season number 4, and a much better season this season for Manchester United. They finished 3rd in the Premier League, quite comfortably ahead of 6th at least. They won the Conference League, which is the first time they've been in this simulation, and they beat Bilbao in the final again. And who got the goals in the final? Let's have a look. Højlund and Gulassi, not bad at all. One sign there revealed if you were keen-eyed observer there. Ooh, do apologise, guys, I went too far back. There we go. So FA Cup lost to Wolves in the 3rd round, and the Carabao Cup lost to Arsenal in the 4th round. So a much better season. Top 4 and a trophy. That's the minimum that most United fans expect from the team. I just want United to play well for starters, so better than last year. Yeah, so that's not a bad season at all. I think finishing 3rd, not a million miles off the title race in terms of points at least, and getting Europa League, getting the Champions League, getting the Conference League win is not bad, and losing to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup is not terrible. Wolves, yeah, a bit disappointing that. Given that they're not even in the Premier League at this point. Are they in Championship? Yeah, they are. So that's actually a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. FA Cup, that can happen, can't it? What they do transfer-wise, so let's have a quick look what they did here. So we've got to check this on here. These deals were all done, we all know about, so that's fine. So let's have a look here. So the £192 million, who did they bought Jeremy Pino in? Again, the right winger, or maybe left winger, depending on how you want to look at it. But where they're playing him, they're playing right hand side. Yeah, I thought so. We saw on the tactical screen. We saw on the tactical screen where they were playing him. But yeah, good pace, good, lot of money. But that's a lot of money. They've overpaid. I wonder if that was a release clause that they've ended up paying. It would not surprise me in the slightest if that was what they did. But yeah, a lot of money spent on Jeremy now. And then the other deal they did from Barcelona was Andreas Christensen. I almost said Hayden then. Yeah, that's a lot of money spent on 2 players that I don't think really are worth it, that amount of money. The great mental stats make it a bit better, but that's a lot of money for a 31-year-old. And they brought in £28.5 million. They sold Aval Fernandez, Buntier left as well. They got rid of Tommy. Just sell the guy at this point, honestly, McTominay. You keep trying to load him out, and they don't seem to ever get anything going. Wimmer's gone on loan and he's joining permanently for a mandatory fee of 30. I would love to do this kind of thing, to get these mandatory fees like this. I can never get it to happen. Oyo's joining permanently for a fee of £17.75 million. So yeah, I think that's something I need to maybe try and do more often in the United States when I do my flyers. Like loan players out with a mandatory fee, so I get them off the wage budget, but the money I'm getting in is guaranteed to come in. So that's smart. Obviously, yes, £192 million is a big expenditure. However, they're bringing in at least another £50 million potentially in transfer fees. You look at this deal here, they've got £31 million mandatory fee there, so that's quite 30. McTominay is not a mandatory fee. Onyono is another £17 million, so that's roughly about 20. So yeah, about 50-ish already. Just maybe doing this, and then you got another fee here for 26 matches. So around 80-90 million pound-ish extra to bringing in. Just quick maths, not really doing it. So yeah, that's hilarious. Really clever deals from United, to be fair. Loan player out with mandatory fees, so you get him off the books, and that's not bad. That's not terrible. But they've still not managed to win yet under Ineos' ownership. Into the final year of our simulation, the Premier League or Champions League, but they have got closer here this season. So we're going to do the one more for the 5th year. The reason why we're doing one more for the 5th year is because they said about 3 to 4 or 5 years to get his team sorted out. So I put that limit on it. Let's see if they pull this off. Let's find out. Well, we have saved the best for last. They have won the Champions League and the FA Cup in the same season. They beat Real Madrid in the final to do it as well. They were nowhere near the title race, but I don't care. They won the Champions League. So Ineos, in 5 years, a current football manager, will win the Champions League final on penalty against Real Madrid. Who got the goal in the game? Rashford got it, and then you got like Rashford, Mount, Martinez, and Mainu with penalties. Endrick scored a penalty for them. It's even game, but XG was really high for for Real Madrid, so maybe slightly unfortunate to lose that final. But well done, Ineos and United. You won the Champions League. FA Cup, they won that as well. Beating, who was it in the final? They beat Brentford in the final. And convincing scoreline with 3-1, and also dominant possession as well. So Wirtz getting 2 goals there. Fantastic for him. Okay, I've done it studying again. There we go. Ten Hag still managed Manchester United. In the Carabao Cup, lost to Fulham in the quarter-final. But they won the Champions League. They finally won the Champions League for the first time since the dawn of time. Not even on the list here at the moment now of past winners. It's to go to the longer list. In 2008, they won it. And they should have won it more than that. We should have won it more, but we've got 2 good Barcelona sides in the meantime. So well done, Ineos and Ten Hag. You won the Champions League. Amazing. Transfer-wise, what did you do to win that Champions League? So we know that's done there. Outgoings, we know some of these theories. So Wemmer, all his deals done. Diallo left on a free. So did Tomini. Lindelof left. Virtual Saka on loan. But the deals they brought in were Nicolas. These names are going to kill me. Nicolas Sewald. Again, more of a squad player. But actually no, not 46 games played. Paid how much for him? £40 million, rising to 46. Elena Zambrani, a young centre-back who played 61 games, but look at the physicality. A lot of money spent on him, though. £39 million, rising to 45. Then you're looking at this Charlie Gertrude, a guy I keep seeing my scouts asked to bring in. Again, a lot of money, £40 million, rising to 45. Then you've got this guy, Stelios Andreo, for how much was his total fee? 33.5. Again, not terrible. Love the physicals, to be fair. And then the final deal was Chutacure from Palace for 30. You can't fault the transfers because they won the Champions League with it. And the formation is still the same. And the manager and the staff are still the same. Still got Wilcox as the director of football. We've still got Ten Hag as manager. We've still got the ownership the same. They haven't sold the club and binned it off at any time. But what we want to do now, guys, is like we said, I always forgot this, is to go into the finances and see what the finances look like after. Now, obviously, the Champions League win might not be fully accounted yet, but we're going to look at the finances. So the finances are red, but that's not necessarily a problem. The debt is down to 174 million, so about 400 million pound off the debt-ish, and the transfer debt down to 25 million pounds. So they have fixed the, well, not fully fixed, but they've fixed the debt and the problems that United have. Well, it's not say problems because United are fine with money, but they've brought the transfer debt down. I think a lot of those deals they did for massive mandatory fees were down to doing this, to get this down, and the debt's down to 174 million pound. Is there any changes in any of the facilities or anything like that? So nope, they've still got the same stadium with 74 million pound. Though I don't think it might be possible. I've never got United to build a new stadium on Foot Manager. I'd like to try and pull that off at some point to get that to work. But it's never actually happened for me, so I never managed again to pull it off to get a new deal, to get a new stadium built for United. But you cannot fault him you can't fault this. They won the Champions League with Ineos and Ten Hag, and I will be delighted in 5 years' time if we've won the Champions League, because they've won the Carabao Cup twice, FA Cup in there, the Conference League's in there, and Champions League. The debt's down, and obviously in real life we're getting a new stadium by the looks of it as well. What are your thoughts, guys, on this, guys? And any more fun experiments you want me to do? I'm willing to do some experiments on this channel now. Obviously, United ones are ones that I am keen on doing and more familiar with doing. But leave me your thoughts down below. Transfer ideas, experiments, like how will so-and-so get on at Real Madrid, or how will so-and-so get on at Man United or City or whatever. Let me know in the comment section of some cool ideas. I can't guarantee I'll do them, but I'll do my best. On the screen right now were links to the latest episode from Bayern Munich and the latest episode from my Stars to Model series. We'll look at Young Wonder Kids. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.